Hello friend, Jim here with JB's Big Adventure, coming to you from Lake Chapala, Mexico. And yes, in this video, I'm sharing with you why, in fact, Barbara and I have chosen to live in a gated community. Now, before we got here in May of 21, we had never lived in a gated community. So it wasn't like we were waiting to live in a gated community. It just so happens it's how things panned out. I mean, when we came our first time, we were here for 8 days, and it turned out that the couple that we stayed with introduced us to one of their friends who actually owned a condo where we ended up renting, but they were wanting $1,750 for theirs. It was on a second floor. We didn't want second floor. So what we ended up doing was going back home, and Barbara found a unit in the same community that was $650 a month. And that fit our budget since we were living on $1,400 a month. So, so we've lived in the gated community ever since we've been here. We've been here now almost 4 years. So let me share some things with you. First of all, I want to let you know that we rent. We're not owners, so we're renting. So as a rental, you don't pay HOA fees. I can't tell you how many people that come down here from my tour that thinking that they're going to have to be paying the HOA fees, and that's not correct. You don't pay the HOA fees. I want you to know that we don't live in a gated community because we're afraid for our lives. Primarily, the biggest reasons that we have stayed living in a gated community is for privacy. As I'm out and about every day, because I've done so many videos, like 500 now, there's a lot of people that recognize me and all, and it's nice to be able to go to a place where you can then be separated from all the people that you're normally around or that want to come up to you and talk to you. And I'm just one of those ones that always wants to be friendly to everybody and say hi, shake their hand. Thank you for being a part of the channel and supporting it. And, you know, so it's a good thing, but there's times I just need to kind of step back and step away. So it's nice to be able to be on the other side of a gate and separated from that. So in fact, you're able to live. I mean, when we came here, I'm suffering from severe depression, PTSD, bipolar, and ADHD. It's just nice to be able to get away to where I can just decompress sometimes. Because doing these videos and the challenge of that, it's a lot more than what people think it is. I might shoot a half-an-hour video. I might shoot a 15-minute video. But it takes 2-3 hours to edit, so there's a lot involved. But it's nice to be a place where I'm away. So it's controlled access, and again, it's just a way for me to be able to separate myself from that. Some gated communities have nice amenities. At some, you'll find they have a pool, jacuzzi. There's all different kinds of stuff that they've got. Some have tennis courts. I think there's some that have pickleball courts. Pool, jacuzzi, or did I already say that? So anyway, that's what there might be there. Another thing is a quiet atmosphere. Now, it's nice to be away from, because what you end up hearing is you know, the road noise. You end up hearing music. You end up hearing all kinds of sounds. And what we do is we have the ability of living somewhere where we can be somewhat away from that. Quiet atmosphere. So road noise, music, celebrations, dogs, roosters. Celebrations, we do see sometimes the fireworks that get shot in the air, but it has never been a big deal to us at all. Sense of community. It's nice. It's nice to be around a group of folks. Some people want to live in a community so they don't have to learn Spanish. I think it's a bad reason, but I'm learning, so I want to be able to communicate even more with my neighbors. Less traffic, so you don't have a bunch of cars going all throughout the place all the time. I mean, it's just less people, going to their place, and it's pretty much that's it. When you live in a neighborhood and such, you're going to have a bunch of cars all going around. It's nice just to be away from that. There are those that allow pets. And then as we found out, there's those that do not allow pets. So if you've got a pet and you want to live in a gated community, well, you'd need to find out if you've got pets, if in fact that's going to work for them. A good thing is Amazon, US and Mexico, DHL, FedEx delivered right to our front door. So if we're ordering anything, items get dropped off directly at our front door. So that's a really nice thing to know, that we get it directly. Not like we're on Amazon all the time, but it's nice when you order something you need that you get it. Some rentals include a gardener and housekeeper, and that's a nice thing to have, is to be able to have somebody taking care of your yard and somebody taking care of the house. And we make sure not only we pay them, but make sure that we tip them well also, those individuals. High-speed internet. Yeah, when you're inside of a gated community, for the most part, you'll find high-speed internet through fiber optics. And if there's not, there's other options that somebody can do, and I've got answers for those. So if you have an interest in reaching out, feel free to do that. My email at JBsBigAdventure521@gmail.com. So high-speed internet. It's nice that when something breaks down, there's somebody there to fix it. Now, I know that I've heard the stories of folks that their landlords take forever to get back to them. Ours doesn't. We get a really good response. But it is nice when something breaks, they're willing to come and make it right, make it work again. Good plumbing. It's really important to have good plumbing. If you don't, you might find that you're in a place where you can't flush the toilet paper down the toilet, and you have to stick it in a box, or you stick it in a trash can next to the toilet. Those are one of the things I think that really weirds out expats. That's one thing that's different. And that is because of, depending on where you're living, you could have real issues when it comes to plumbing. So it's important to know, if you're looking at moving to a certain neighborhood and such, it's important to know if that's going to work out. That's one of the things I actually cover on my boots on the ground tour, is we go through the neighborhoods and such, and I'm letting you know which neighborhoods, pros and cons, which ones you can get high-speed internet, which ones you can't. Which ones are you going to be able to have reliable utilities? Like if there's a storm, is your electricity going to go out? And because electricity is what takes care of the pumps and the water, it's important to be at a place there you want to be. And so again, if you have an interest in my tour, you can email me at JBsBigAdventure521@gmail.com, and just let me know that you have an interest, and include your phone number, and I'll get back with you as soon as I can. Higher home standards. Yeah, when you're inside of a gated community, because they are HOAs, there's a higher standard. So you're going to have a house that's going to be a nice home, that's not all falling apart and having challenges. So that's a real plus. That's one of the things that we like about being where we're at, is things are kept up, and that's an important thing. Well-maintained area, common area, and also there's no cobblestones. That's a big thing here. There's a lot of folks that they come and they just don't like the cobblestones, and then there's those that doesn't bother them. So I'm just of the habit that, you know what, you don't always have to be on the cobblestones, but the nice thing is when you live in a gated community, for the most part, you're going to find that they're going to have hand-laid brick. So it's a lot smoother of a ride. So, friend, I hope that's been helpful for you, why, in fact, we've chosen to live in a gated community. We've moved twice, and we plan on staying where we're at. We just really love the place that we're at. So again, and I think the biggest thing is being able to be away from everything, versus living and having a house that, you've got a wall and that's it. You just have people pounding on your front door because they want to meet you and all. It's just nice to be able to be away from that. So I hope this has been helpful for you. Friend, as always, thank you so much for being a part of this channel and a part of this community. Have an awesome day. We'll see you on the next video.